Good afternoon and happy National Apprenticeship Week 2020. We're looking forward to a fantastic week of activities, and we thought what better way to start this week off than meeting some of our very great CIMA apprentices. So we have 4 of them here with us today, and we'll start by just giving introductions. So if you could start by telling us a bit about yourself, who you are, the company that you work for, and the role that you're currently doing.
My name is Bax. I'm a first-year finance graduate at DHL Supply Chain. I'm doing the Level 7 apprenticeship scheme and a graduate from University of Leicester in economics.
I'm Saif Patel and I work for BAE Systems Applied Intelligence. I'm currently in my 2nd year of the apprenticeship doing a reporting role.
My name's Tiley. I'm a 3rd-year graduate on the Sky graduate scheme. I'm actually on secondment right now at NBC Universal. Now we're under the Comcast umbrella, but I previously was on the Sky Finance Apprenticeship Scheme doing a Level 4 apprenticeship.
Hello everybody, my name's Daniel Lewis-Green. I'm 20 years old and I'm a Deloitte Bright Star apprentice. I've been with the firm for about 18 months now and I work within our consulting department.
Perfect, thank you all. Well, thank you all for coming as well, I appreciate your time. So let's start from the beginning of your journey, and we'll start with you, Bax. Why did you choose an apprenticeship pathway?
So when I was doing research about the apprenticeship and the Level 7 and all the things that it provides employees, such as off-the-job learning, on-the-job learning, it was just like a no-brainer decision for me. So that was the roots to my decision.
Yourself, Saif?
Mine was a bit more sort of unconventional.
Okay.
I did go to university and I did like a few years there and I was just like, it's not quite for me. And I ended up sort of dropping out, having a look around what was available for me, and apprenticeship seemed like the best fit because it's quite practical.
Okay.
So my first year in 6th form was the first year I think the tuition fees went up to £9,000 a year.
Yes.
So that was a pretty big no for me. I felt that there was a better way to go about, becoming an accountant or, that kind of route without having to leave with the uncertainty of not having a job straight afterwards or just having that sheer amount of debt. So that was mainly the reason why I decided to go down this route.
I think for me, in terms of why I wanted to join the apprenticeship, the ability to sort of gain the real hands-on experience whilst learning sort of what we need to do for the qualifications, it really gave you the context to be able to achieve both a set of the education as well as sort of my day-to-day project work. And sort of on behalf of everyone here, it's sort of a route into working for a really fantastic company. And I mean, speaking myself at Deloitte's like a global brand as fellow apprentices have here, and it's just a great way to get involved with work earlier.
And as well, Dan, just yourself personally, you wasn't really looking at finance or consultancy, right, originally when you did your apprenticeships?
Yeah, so it's funny how it came out. So a few years ago, I thought that I actually wanted to be a dentist. Fortunate enough to keep my options open, and I came across the wide range of apprenticeships available. A few years later, here I am, 18 months in, and I've had a real wide range of experience on my apprenticeship. In terms of what I do in consulting, we provide our clients with the support to help to achieve everything they meet in terms of their problems. The client will present with us sort of some of their most complex and interesting problems, and we'll be able to help them navigate them through that. Looking back, I mean, it's just amazing the skills and the things we learnt up through the work as well as through the education.
Perfect, thank you. So just moving on then to talk a bit about what you're doing at the moment. Can you just tell us a bit about your programme currently, but also what you've done before, because I know some of you have moved on from the apprenticeship. Just to talk about some of the work that you've done, but also how you found studying the CIMA qualification part of that apprenticeship, how that's benefited you in the role. So I don't want to start, Bax.
So I've started 4 months ago, so it's not a very long time at all.
Have you sat an exam yet?
I have sat 2 exams, working on my 3rd. So I've done financial accounting, I've done economics, and I'm studying management accounting now. So in my 1st year, of course, it's such a global company. We're talking about 550,000 employees, 220 countries we operate in. So it's hard to fathom the stature of the work that I've been pushed into doing. So it's very exciting. In terms of the work I've been doing, I looked at the billings and transactions aspect of our business. I've done some of the management accounting. I've done statutory accounting, which is I'm doing now. And I've worked on insolvency projects for our customers. While studying the CIMA, such as management accounting, really helped me when I was doing my management accounting month, variances, analysis. I understand what the words are. in terms of the financial accounting aspect of it. What is an accrual? What is it? Provisions?
Yeah.
The basics. I've never done accounting before, so it's really helped me get into the swing of things, especially when it's what I do on a day-to-day basis.
Perfect, thank you.
So ours is structured in like 4 6-month placements, which carry across the 2 years, and they go across different parts. So we like deal with like the P&L in some areas, balance sheet in some areas, and so where I've sort of currently found myself in this like reporting role is pretty much supporting all the like reporting requirements for what's I think like a whole government business, all the different client groups, and it's pretty much all falls on us. Like there's four apprentices, so it's quite interesting to see how pretty much a whole business can be supported by 4 apprentices and a couple of others without needing all that extra sort of expertise there. And it's
So you're
great
involved.
on us.
You're involved really early on.
Yeah.
By the sounds of it, into your journey.
So it was like heavily involved. We were sort of thrown in the deep end and just told, right, float. And it's worked for us because we've picked up a lot, and it's helped us rather than our qualifications helping with work. Work has helped with our qualifications, which is quite worked. So like certificate level is done for me, and I'm going to be moving on to operational after I've done my EPA, hopefully. So it's worked out quite well like that.
Okay. And to Lauren, because you've done your level 4, so you've done your EPA as well.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So that was, I finished that almost 3 years ago. And then I've moved and now finished the professional level. So I've all done with my exams now.
Oh, wow.
So the way the scheme kind of works at Sky, the roles are very commercial based, certainly all the ones that I've been in anyway. So you're focusing a lot more on kind of making key business decisions, and finance is always kind of, they have a seat at that table. So we definitely in the kind of professional qualification, when you have to do, you know, your case study and think about a real business and the decisions that they're making and how to be, you know, successful in the long term, that's definitely helped kind of coincide with the roles that I've had, just mainly because of the placements that we have and the businesses that we work for.
Yourself?
I think sort of to echo what everyone said here, both the qualifications and the work that we do really go hand in hand. I mean, for me, maybe a little bit of a difference in consulting, working with clients from day one, we've really had like a complete variety of work. I mean, working with across so many different industries and sectors, as well as with sort of people with all different levels, and having that maybe extra business context that the CIMA provides has been really useful to conduct analysis here and there, especially from the accounting modules in my certificate level.
Perfect, thank you. And we'll carry on with you, Dan, and I'll work back this way this time. What are your long-term goals beyond? So you're now, have you finished your certificate?
Yes, so part of my apprenticeship, about 18 months in, as I said, I finished my certificate level, and I hope to obviously continue on all the way through to be fully qualified. And in terms of long-term goals, I just hope to be able to continue sort of my education and that journey, to be able to continue apply what I've learned through work into my CIMA and CIMA into my work, and just see where that takes me.
Cool. And yourself, Lauren?
So yeah, I'm finished with exams now, so I'm focusing on finishing my logbook so I can you know, fully register as a CIMA member. So I hope to have that done by the time my graduate scheme ends in the summer, when we will all rotate and go into our analyst roles. So great thing about the schemes is that you're always in a permanent role, and despite, you know, when you finish the scheme, you are still an employee and they'll find a place for you. So it's, plan is to rotate into a new area of the business and kind of start learning again.
Perfect.
I think the plan for me is pretty much, as with like anyone who enrolls at CIMA, is just become qualified, get that accreditation, and then it's just working up my way up the food chain from there, I think. Pretty simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the long-term goal, I would say, is to get the exams out of the way. I think it's very important for such an established, to be a part of such an established organisation. Make the most out of my scheme years, so I've got 3 years. Learn, use my knowledge, key, behavioural, learn all of that, build relationships, and hopefully after my scheme finishes to get a finance management position, because that's what the scheme pushes you into.
Yeah.
So that's the long-term plan,
Perfect, brilliant, okay. So if we're talking, because today is National Apprenticeship Week, it's the start of the week, and we're talking to people about potentially doing apprenticeships, maybe doing CIMA through an apprenticeship. Have you got, we'll go down the row again, have you got any words of advice to anyone? So whether that's somebody at school, somebody at university who wants to do an apprenticeship, or even an employer who's maybe not had apprentices like yourself in their business, and they're considering whether or not to take them on, what sort of advice would you give them as to why they should become an apprentice or recruit an apprentice?
So for a person who's thinking about delving into this path of apprenticeship, I think it's very helpful. Well, for me, it's been very helpful in terms of managing off-the-job experience and on-the-job. It really helps manage time, so you get 20% off for your studies. It helps develop your skills as a person, build relationships, communication. It gets you a lot of exposure, and it's another avenue for you to do what you want to do. Not everyone has to go to university. It's another pathway that you can follow.
Perfect, thank you.
I think if you're sort of at school, you need to sort of understand the way you learn, which is like if you're like a practical learner or quite theoretical, because that pretty much will define whether or not apprenticeship is for you. Because apprenticeships are great in that you just get like invaluable work experience, which no one else that goes to uni will get. You will be almost like, by the time they've done the degree, you're 3 years ahead in terms of actual work experience. And I think for like employers, it's give apprentices the chance to actually dive into the business, because I think BAE Systems has done that really well, and now we've got people that have been working in the company for 10, 15 years coming to apprentices for help, which is like amazing for us. And it's just, it gives us a much better grounding.
Probably going to end up echoing what everyone else has already said, but don't discredit it as a genuine option into the career path that you want to go into. There's certainly, since I've left sixth form anyway, there's a massive increase in the amount of apprenticeships that are available in really good companies that are really well structured, and again, like the others have already said, give you the option to kind of fast track your way through kind of the junior level of the business. And yeah.
To add to that, I really think that with an apprenticeship, you can literally go anywhere to do whatever you want to do. I think from both an apprentice point of view and possibly an employer's point of view, I know that at Deloitte this is something that we really promote well. We're looking for people from different backgrounds who are able to bring different ideas. I think it's fair to say that maybe someone who's just left school may be able to bring a different view on something compared to maybe possibly a graduate. And through that strength through diversity, I think I found anyway, it's really a great environment that I'm able to thrive in. And I'm sure, as the of us here, we feel that we're able to progress and continue on in our careers.
Perfect. Well, listen, thank you all very much for giving us your time today. I think what we can see from this session is not only do apprenticeships offer great opportunities to individuals, you can see people have been to university, have been school leavers, and now you can see the fantastic careers that they're starting to have and will continue to have as they go on to become chartered global management accountants. But also the opportunities it offers to employers, and you can see some of the work that they're already bringing to businesses to help them succeed into the future. So best of luck to all of you moving forwards, and again, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
For those of you out in the world, if you want to find out more about CIMA and our apprenticeship programs, as you've heard, we have a level 4 and level 7 accountancy pathway that you can go into. Go to our website at cimaglobal.com/apprenticeships. And you can also drop us an email so our team can get in touch with you, and that's at apprenticeships@aicpa-cima.com. We'll put all of the links into the comments at the end. But hopefully you found it useful. Again, I've already said it, but thank you so much for your time. And happy National Apprenticeship Week, and we'll speak to you again in the future. Thank you.